Hello friends, welcome to the first episode of Cierra's Circle. This is just going to be like an introduction episode, kind of explaining what I'm going to be doing and talking about in this podcast, and just kind of giving you a glimpse of what each episode is going to be like. I am a little bit nervous because I struggle with imposter syndrome almost every single thing that I do. Even if I've practiced a lot and I know that I'm good at it, I'm like, maybe I'm not so good at this and nobody's gonna like it. Like, I have to fight those thoughts all the time. Oh my gosh, I just heard my stomach in this microphone. That's okay. I'm gonna have to figure out the settings for this microphone and everything. But let's go ahead and break down what we're going to be talking about in these episodes of Cierra's Circle. So I think maybe the best thing to start with is why I wanted to start this podcast. I talk a lot, and sometimes I talk fast. You're probably going to notice in these episodes I'm really trying to catch myself from talking too quickly, because I know that in a podcast usually people talk a little bit more slower. But the reason why I wanted to do this is because I talk a lot and I feel like I just have a lot to talk about, and this seems like a good format for me to do that. I love TikTok so much and I've built my platform on TikTok, but it gets kind of difficult to make videos on there, and I really want to build a community. I think that's my main goal, is just finding people who have really been through similar things as me, similar experiences as me, and just not feel so alone, and hopefully make other people not feel so alone in the experiences that they've been through. Personally, I also don't have a whole lot of friends, a whole lot of people to talk to, and I think that this would just be a really good outlet for me to be able to let out all the thoughts that I have and, like I said, connect with people who have similar thoughts and experiences. We're going to be really talking about all kinds of different things: mental health, family dynamics, dysfunctional family dynamics, toxic relationships. We're going to be talking about just pop culture events and different things, maybe even throw it back to some nostalgia stuff. We're going to be talking about probably human rights at some point, climate change. Actually, I'm thinking part of that might be the next episode, if I'm being completely honest, and politics a little bit. If you voted for Trump, this is not the podcast for you. I am sorry, not really, but yeah, it's just not the podcast for you. I would appreciate if I didn't build a community of Trump supporters. Thank you. We're also going to be doing some smoke segments, 420 segments, toasty times, as I call them over on my TikTok. If you don't get toasty, if you don't partake, that's totally okay. I'll be talking through it and everything, and you can just hang out and just listen. If that's cool with you, I hope so. Everybody is welcome here. I mean, most people are welcome here. If you're kind of hateful and, like I said, voted for Trump, you're not really welcome here. That's just my stance, my whatever. If you want to listen and you're here, and that's your choice. But I'm going to tell you right now, anything that I talk about, and I will talk about it, about Trump or politics, you're probably not going to like it. That's just point blank period. We'll actually go ahead and do a little toasty segment here. We're going to get toasty. If anybody wants to get toasty with me, now's the time to get ready. And I'll start a little countdown so that we can get toasty together. I'm really excited to start this podcast. I mean, since I was little, I've been told that I talk a lot. Literally, my mom used to tell me, do you ever stop talking? Because even I would talk in my sleep. So I'm just so excited. I think this is going to be very therapeutic for me to be able to just talk my shit out, I think that was just making a little bit of a weird noise because it was right over the thing and it was echoing. Okay, let's go ahead and get toasty. I hope you're ready. I have been looking for my lighter. If you're watching this on video and wondering why I'm looking around like crazy. Oh, here it is. Okay, So let's get toasty. I'm going to do a countdown. Let's do this in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cheers. I've been creating content for a really long time. I started creating like dance videos on YouTube whenever I was younger, and my first video was made at my Nana's house. I did the Shake It Up with Zendaya and Bella Thorne contest where you dance to like one of the songs that they gave you and then you submit it in the contest and people got to like be chosen to be on the show. And I posted it on YouTube, and it was my first video ever to hit over 100,000 likes, and I was so proud of myself. Like, it was literally the most exciting moment of my entire life at that time. And so I just have really loved making content ever since then. You know, I grew up in a time whenever Snapchat, Instagram, all that stuff, all the social medias came out, and so I was young whenever they came out and got on them very early on. And I think that's just really whenever I fell in love with creating content. I think the first thing was really Instagram with pictures and everything, and then once Vine came out, I really loved making videos. I didn't get super into Vine like I got into Musical.ly in 2017, I think it was. And I don't know, I just absolutely fell in love with Musical.ly, and I have not stopped creating content since. There's been a few breaks I've taken like here and there, but I've just absolutely loved it. And I've created content on YouTube, and I've done ASMR content and just all kinds of different things, and I don't know, I just really love doing it. And I think that this podcast is just going to be a good place for me to make the content that I've been wanting to make for a really long time, which is talking to people, having conversations. Maybe one day I'll be able to like have my own studio or something and have guests. Like, that would be so cool. I just really hope that there's people out there who want to listen to me, and I want to be positive in that and believe that there is, because I think that there is. And there's people who want to listen to me on TikTok, and there's a lot of people who have supported me throughout the years. And so I really hope that you guys are here and listening. I am so incredibly grateful for the people who have stuck around. Whenever my account blew up and started doing very well in 2021, there were so many people who supported me, who still support me today on my TikTok account, even though my videos don't do so well. And I think that that's just so amazing. I'm so grateful to those people. And it's just like such a, I don't know, it's such a sweet feeling and hard to describe, because I haven't had that consistent support. That's almost like, it's almost like unconditional, support, unconditional love, because they stuck around no matter what. It wasn't about me being super popular creator. It was just about they saw something in me that they connected with, and now we've known each other for years and years, and a lot of us are mutuals, and it's just, I don't know, it's an amazing thing. And I have definitely created a community over there, and I would like to do that again in this way, and actually, talk to my community that I've already created too in more depth, because I think that on TikTok it's just, because everybody's scrolling, if you don't catch people's attention immediately, you can't really, talk to them. And I totally understand that. Like, I don't want to come off judgmental or anything. It's just, it's difficult. It's difficult to catch people's attention, especially if you're not one to be able to articulate yourself completely the best. I think I'm okay at articulating myself, but sometimes I have a little bit of trouble getting to the point. I think growing up an only child was a little bit rough for me because also with having an absent parent, I didn't really have many people to talk to. So whenever I did talk to my mom, I think that's why it seemed like I was talking a lot, because I had so much to freaking say, and she unfortunately didn't always want to hear me, which I guess I can understand. Kids do talk a lot, and sometimes that can aggravate me too, so I get it, but I don't know. I really am, I think I've said it already, but I'm going to say it again, excited to do this. I'm excited to do this, and I think it's going to be really good for me. And I've been wanting to do this for a really long time, and I hope that you're excited too. And if you have any things that you want me to talk about, if you've seen my TikToks, if you've seen things that you're like, oh, like, maybe could you go in more depth about that? Like, could you, like, tell me more about this? Or if you guys have questions, I could always do, like, a Q&A video, too. A Q&A podcast. If there's, like, a lot of questions that you guys want me to answer, I can even answer... I can even answer questions about, like, smoking and just different things like that, so... just let me know if you guys would like that, and I would really like to hear some thoughts and questions and different things, because I'm going to be doing lots of these, so ideas and different things would be really good too. Although I do have lots of ideas and I'm ready to do this. I really think that the next episode that I'm going to do, I am going to be talking a little bit. I'm just going to cover it immediately. I understand that a lot of people may think that that's probably not a good idea, but I would like to just establish certain things and talk about, you know, what just happened in this election, what is going on in our world, you know, just different things that are happening, and I'll try to make it as light as I can. It's not a super light subject, but all the episodes are not going to be like that. I just want to cover that because it's something that has been weighing really heavy on my shoulders recently and on my heart, and it's just something that I really think that needs to be talked about, and people really just need to understand what is actually going on. I don't think that they do understand what's actually going on. I think a lot of those people were manipulated and they believed words instead of like looking up the things that they were being told and actually educating themselves, and it's just very unfortunate. I think it's definitely worth talking about, and then I will go into lighter subjects probably after that. I think I'm gonna start with like 30-ish minutes, like 20 to 30 minute episodes at first, like, and just see if people are enjoying it, and just, you know, try to figure everything out. And I'm probably gonna post like 1 to 2 episodes a week. I'm aiming for Thursdays, so hopefully this is uploaded on Thursday. If I do 2 days, I think I'm gonna aim for like Tuesday and Thursday, so who knows, this might be up on Tuesday. I'm honestly not sure how long this is because I had to cut it a few times and stop it a few times because the dog next door has been barking. He barks all the time, literally all the time. It's so annoying, 24/7, night and day. It drives me crazy. So there are, throughout these episodes, there are going to be certain things where I have to stop it and I have to wait for the dog to stop barking and then continue, but I think it'll be okay. I think I'll be able to do this. I really want to. Also, I've been having to mess with the storage on my phone, so I might need to figure out how I'm going to deal with that too, because I guess I'm going to need to delete some of my screen recordings and screenshots that I have, my friggin' evidence folders for people. I think that before we go, maybe we'll get toasty here. I hope that this is long enough. I don't really know how long this is gonna be, but I want to record the second episode before it gets dark to make sure that whenever I'm uploading, like I want to make sure I'm filming in a batch, because there's not every day that I can film. It's like not always quiet at my house, so I want to make sure that I'm filming in batches, and so that I'm not behind on uploading or anything like that. I know some people know that that is a struggle of mine. I'm working on it, I promise. I'm working on it. Let's get toasty really quick before I get going. I think I'm already ready here, so why don't I give you just a second to get ready. While I do that, I just want to say thank you so much for listening. I really, really, really appreciate it. I'm nervous. I'm nervous to do this, and I've said it already, and I'm just going to say it again. I am not the best speaker. There's some things that I may say that I think I'm like saying it right, explaining it right, and maybe I'm not. Maybe you don't understand. So I always welcome questions, and I will always try to clarify things in what I say or anything like that. So please don't hesitate to say like, hey, Cierra, what do you mean by this? And did you mean this? Like, just in case, I just want to say that because, especially with my anxiety, sometimes I just say things that are like, and I'm like, later I'm like, what, why did I say that? Like, okay, let's go ahead and do this in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cheers. There also may be airplanes, if you hear that. Okay, I don't think you can hear it anymore. All right, I just want to say again, thank you so much for listening. I really, really appreciate it. Like, so much. I wish I could just give you a big hug right now and just say thank you so, so much. I am just so, so grateful. And I am just so ready to do this. And I hope that you are ready to join me on this journey and have a seat in my circle. I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye.